artificial intelligence and machine learning are reshaping the tourism industry. My name is Jamie Spin. I'm the head of the European and Innovation Projects at Cluster Digital of Catalonia and a partner of the European project Tourism 4.0. This is one of the last webinars that we are organizing under the Tourism 4.0 project. As you know, in the last 6 months, we have organized several thematic webinars. This would be the 10th, with a panel of experts and with a focus on 3 different pillars: the industry perspective, business perspective, and public body perspective. This session today will explore cutting-edge strategies for effective overbooking management and customer retention. First, we will, after landing on some concepts about artificial intelligence and machine learning, our speaker or invited speaker will explain how predictive analytics, dynamic pricing, personalized recommendations, and AI-driven solutions can optimize your tourism businesses, boost revenue, and ensure exceptional customer satisfaction. And afterwards, of course, we will have some time for questions and answers. But in the meantime, you can ask questions in our chat. So for today's session, we have invited Mr. Josep Salom, who is a senior executive in the information technology sector with over 20 years of experience. He is a telecommunications engineer and holds a master's degree in mobile communications and an MBA. He has worked for companies such as Vodafone, Ericsson, and Claranet, and he's currently the director of Advanced Data Analytics and Artificial Intelligence Business Unit at Clevertask Solutions. Clevertask Solutions is a company of the Alten Group. Mr. Josep is also the director and professor of a postgraduate course in machine learning in industry at the Polytechnic Foundation of Catalonia. So, Mr. Josep, welcome and thank you for your time today. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Jamie, for introducing me. Can you hear me right?
Perfectly.
Okay, so
yes.
Thank you. Thank you also to the cluster for the opportunity to be here, and above all, thank you very much to all of you for your attendance. Let me share my screen.
Perfect. We see your screen.
Can you see my screen? Yes.
We do.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Jamie. So allow me to briefly introduce Clevertask, the company I belong to, and I'm a member of the digital cluster, as you said, Jamie. Clevertask is a digital transformation consultancy founded 10 years ago, which is specialized in digital transformation. Okay. We operate in various technology areas, including workplace solutions, cloud productivity, infrastructure management, security, and advanced data analytics and AI. That is the unit I lead. Okay. For the past 2 years, as you said, yeah, me too, we have been part of the French group Alten, which provides us with financial stability and big growing opportunities without losing our identity as a customer-centric company committed to excellence. We were a medium-sized company that were both, but we still keep our DNA. Okay. So, well, with that said, I'm not here to sell you AI, machine learning, deep learning, or even generative AI. Okay, I'm here to try to offer some assistance and help. Okay, in today's session, we will mainly cover these 3 points. Okay, what is AI and what should I do about it? What should I care about it? AI in the tourism sector. We'll see some typical use cases, maybe to make you think about it, and we will see 3 examples, if we have time, of some use cases, okay, from the use case that we have worked in the past years, okay. So let's begin by defining what's AI. Okay, what's AI? I'm sure this is not the first webinar or event you've attended to learn about AI. Okay, and probably you've seen a slide like this before. Okay, trying to clarify terms about AI, techniques, types of ML, and so on. But I don't want to get into overly technical terms. Okay, By the way, when I refer to AI, I'll be referring to the broader concept of AI, okay, which includes machine learning, deep learning, generative AI, and so on. So all the concepts. If any of you have any questions of curiosity about the terms of differences, you can ask me at the end of the session, but I don't think they are relevant. So what's AI? Let me respond with what is not. Okay, AI is not this. Okay, Terminator is not this. Ex Machina is not this, which is the movie I, Robot. Okay, it's not a magic. It's not magic. It's not a miracle, and it's not exactly what we are constantly told in the media. Okay, uh, what is AI then? AI is a tool. Okay, we have to think about AI in a tool. Okay, perhaps a bit more complicated, but at the end, a tool. Okay, and I think it's important to emphasize this because due to movies or what we receive from the media, we've created a somewhat distorted image of what AI is and what it's used for. Okay, AI is just a technology that should help us to solve problems, okay, and size opportunities, improve our productivity, but from an approach where the focus is on the individual, on the person, and the business, not the technology itself, okay? If you think of AI as if it were a branch, I can assure that you will achieve better results. The problem sometimes with AI is that it's easy to fall into the temptation of doing AI just because it's trendy or because your neighbor or your competitor is doing it. But we should think of AI as a tool or technology that we have available to solve business problems. Okay, therefore, the important thing is to identify what business problems or what business opportunities we have. Okay, this approach is crucial. I was recently talking to a friend who explained me that he was in a conversation where his boss, after returning from an event, asked a colleague to develop a project to use big data. Okay, it's not AI, but well, it's in the data area. I can tell you where the project will end up. Nowhere. Okay, it's like someone coming to you and saying, "I've heard great things about ranges. Okay, I want you to develop a project to use a range, Okay, no nonsense." So the goal, and this again is important, is not the technology itself. It is, in any case, the means to solve our business problems or opportunities. Okay, a new way of doing that more efficiently, or sometimes the only way to solve it because there was there was previously no solution for that problem. Okay, solving these problems, okay, or challenges is ultimately what will allow and this will allow us to increase our efficiency, competitiveness, and productivity. Okay, so well, uh, this is the reason why I want to talk about this. Okay, it's true that there is a hype. Look where is generative AI. Okay, and it's true that there are already use cases in place, but for sure that this will decrease. Okay, as other technologies come in. Okay. What is it very important is to be connected, to assist to events like this, to talk with your trusted technology partners. Okay, but the process you should follow regarding AI is as follows. Okay, first of all, identify your business problems or sorry, or the opportunities you have. Okay, what do you need to solve? What needs improvement? This could be, for example, increasing your occupancy rate, the customer satisfaction index, the average daily rate, or the cancel or decrease the cancellation rate. Okay, then ask if AI is the best or most efficient way to achieve these goals. Okay, keep in mind that AI is still in a relatively early stage. Okay, its popularity confirms this, although many of the techniques that we use are not new. Okay, but now what we do have is the technology to develop this technology commercially and in an efficient way. Okay, so well, let's decide if AI it's a possible solution. If so, then it's important to be prudent, okay, and undertake small projects that allow you to validate the use case, okay, or even doing an MVP, a minimum viable product, or a proof of concept, just to validate, and then finally validate, confirm the expected results, and then proceed to with larger deployments, okay. In my opinion, that's one of the best ways to do with AI. Well, taking into account, okay, that the two most commonly used processes in data science for developing AI projects are CRISP-DM, okay, which is a standard, and TDSP coming from Microsoft. In both cases, the beginning involves a thorough understanding of the business and what you want to achieve in relation to it, okay. It's important to start here, and believe me, it's not always the case. Okay, and it's necessary also to make an effort to calculate the ROI, okay, of the case or implementation, the return on investment. It's not always easy. That's true, but in general, calculating ROI is not always easy for any type of investment, not just for AI, okay. However, it's essential to make that effort, make estimations, and understand what results we expect from our investment. Okay, and this will also permit us to refine and evolve then the MMB or the POC. Okay, take the right direction. Okay, but having into mind that the business is the first. Okay, it's not, we don't want the technology by itself, and this is something that happens with AI. Okay, well, this is the common production process that we use in data science. This is quite technical, but I think it's also important to show you how we work, the things we do. Okay, when we develop a data science project, even though we're talking about cutting edge technology, believe me that this involves a lot of trial and error. Okay, it's somewhat artisanal, I would say. Okay, it requires preparing good starting data, so we need data, so preparing good starting data. This stage typically consumes 80% of the project time. We call this step EDA, okay, which means exploratory and data analysis. Okay, and this here we curate the data. Okay, we do a lot of things with the data just to be prepared for the next step, which is modeling. Modeling just takes around 20% of time. Okay, it's where we work with algorithms. Okay, and this is a trial and error. It's not a serial. There are not serial steps. Okay, so then when this is okay, after this, it's important to perform the validation. What I said before. Okay, and calculating the ROI or validating the business requirements we have put at the beginning and at the end. Okay, it's so put the model in production. Okay, put the model in production. It's important also in AI projects. One thing is that we buy a final product that embeds AI. Okay, that's another thing because it's all embedded and so. But when we develop projects of AI projects, we have to understand too that here it's, although I put N here, it's not the end. Okay, and these types of systems require maintenance, evolution, retrainings, okay, adjustments, and so on, because information and context often change as well with the conditions. This is a dynamic process. The data we have today is not the same data that we will have in 1 year time. Okay, and we have to put these to fine tune these systems. So it's also important to take this into account. Okay, and let's not forget that we're talking about narrow and highly focused intelligence aimed at solving a very specific problem and under a very specific environmental conditions. Okay, this is or we don't have, this is not general intelligence, and we are very far from here if one day we have it, okay? The technology we have when we talk or we refer to AI is narrow AI, okay? And it's this very specific a tool to solve a very specific problem, and this tool needs to be adjusted, okay? Well, I hope all this be clear, okay? Because once at that, however, it's quite possible that just understanding that AI is a tool may not be enough. Okay, there's another crucial point to be addressed, which is the need for cultural change. Okay, and this is where I need to introduce you to a concept that maybe you already know, which is that of data-driven company. Okay, what is a data-driven company? Okay, well, implementing AI solutions. Well, here you can see the journey to become a data-driven company, but let me explain a little bit before talking about the different steps. Okay, implementing AI solutions, essentially data solutions, require having an organization that incorporates the use of data into its business processes, okay, from the top to the bottom. Everyone should have access to data in their day-to-day operations for informed decision-making. Processes should be digitized, okay, to extract that data, transactional systems, okay, master data. So there are a lot of data, but we have to digitize, sorry, as much processes as possible, okay? And people should view the use of data or AI algorithms as an opportunity rather than a threat. Okay, so this requires change management. I could explain various real-world cases where an AI project has been a technical success, okay, but its implementation failed simply because it was sabotaged by the employees who were supposed to use it, okay, because they are afraid that the AI, I don't know. Well, I know why. That's why I put the movies before. But people have fear about losing their job, etc. So we have to think about AI as a tool, something that will help us to be better. Okay, and it's possible that a lot of jobs have to, or some jobs have to adapt. Okay, to these new technologies. But yeah, it's just a tool. Okay. Uh, this is the typical development model, okay, of the journey to become a data-driven company. Okay, in the early stages, the organizations begins to show curiosity and then using data into production. Okay, but only to answer questions from the past and the present. Okay, what happened? And why has it happened? Okay, this kind of questions. In these stages, BI techniques are commonly used. Okay, it's not until the last two stages that AI techniques are used to develop predictive model and incorporate data into strategic decisions. These are stages of predictability, optimization, and prescription. We not only answers questions about past and present, but future. What will happen and what should I do? Okay. Okay. This doesn't mean we can introduce AI. I mean, well, this is where companies typically begin to use AI, okay, because there are steps that so the BI steps have been surpassed, okay, but this doesn't mean we can not introduce AI into our organization in early stages, okay, but we must assess the cultural impact it will have. Where we have enough data, also its quality, and so on. So there are a lot of things that we have to take into account, okay? Because this is a process. So it's not something, implement this kind of source. It's nothing that you can do maybe tomorrow. Yes, well, I'm going to put it. You can buy a product that embeds the AI, okay? But if you want to solve specific problems, you have to begin to do it, okay? Okay. So, well, okay. yes, I want to show companies that have some companies of the sector, okay, that have taken this into to account and had the ability to undergo this cultural transformation, okay. Well, those are companies that are able to generate great value, okay, through the exploitation of the data that they have and that they generate, okay. So I'm not not all of us, okay, we are, I think the many of you are small or medium-sized companies. We have not to be like these companies, okay, because they have a very big budget, okay, for doing that. But it's just the business. We have to understand what they do and maybe to try to put into to use the same practices, okay. But those are companies that have arrived at the last stages, okay. And believe me, they didn't begin to use AI last year, so they have a lot of years doing that, understanding the technology, the cultural impact, and so on. Okay. Well, with this introduction, which to me, although it might seem very basic, I think for me is the most important part. Let's explore some use cases of AI in the tourism sector. Okay. Let's see the AI from the tourism sector perspective. Well, uh, problems that AI typically solves in tourism industry are, I think that we can classify in those four. Maybe we could find another classification, okay? But improving operational efficiency is one of them, okay? AI can automate and optimize various business processes in general, streamline operations, okay? Here we can find the dynamic price optimization, for example, as a business process to be improved. Then we have also the ability to enhance customer experience. Some of the maybe the use cases from other companies, like the ones that I presented before, is in this area. Okay, analyzing customer preferences again and enhance customer interactions. Here is where we usually use chatbots, virtual assistants. Okay, that all of them are powered by AI. But when we refer to this kind of services, we refer to cognitive services. At the end, it's all AI, as I said, okay? And well, at the end, is to enhance the overall travel experience of our customer. We can also find solutions or use cases in marketing and sales, okay? Segmentation of customers, the prediction of future sales trends, okay? And just to make a better planification of our business. And at the end, also take data-driven decisions, okay? Here we talk when we in other industries too, when we take about decision taking, we talk about analytical or advanced analytical capabilities. Okay, here AI can provide also insights into market trends, customer behaviors. So to answer the question I said before, what will happen and what should I do? Okay. Let's see typical use cases, okay, one by one. This is just not, uh, again, not to say, well, I want to do AI for demand forecasting. If you have a demand forecasting problem, consider AI as a solution, okay? So change the perspective. It's very important. But well, we have those typical use cases. Okay, there are a lot. Maybe there are others, but I think it's useful to share this with you. So one of them is the demand forecasting. Okay, predicting the future demand for hotel rooms or travel services to optimize pricing and availability. Okay. Also, some of them can be combined. Okay, I can tell maybe in one of the use case, the examples I will share this. Okay, dynamic optimal pricing. Okay, adjusting the prices in real time based on demand, competitor rates. Okay, typical intelligent revenue management systems. We will see an example of this. Customer segmentation, as I said. Okay, In AI, we use technical and cluster techniques, okay, to make those groupings, okay, and maybe to make better marketing projects, okay, to once known that those groups, understanding in a better way our customer segments, okay. Personalized recommendations, okay, for recommending hotels, activities, or destinations based on the customer preferences. Chatbots and virtual assistants, okay, there's a lot of technology around this. You can also find package. I mean, this is not for doing by yourself. If you have the team, okay, but maybe if you are a medium-sized company, you don't have the team. So this is to be developed by a partner, okay. But there are a lot of solution services for implementing those kind of solutions, okay, chatbot and virtual assistants. Recently, I was regarding a technology which is hub type. But it's really good because you can change the interaction with your customer, okay, using that technology, and transforming the channels of using enriched WhatsApp channels for making for having the interaction with the customer, okay. Cancellation predictions, okay, predicting the likelihood of booking cancellations to optimize overbooking strategies, okay. This is very related to the theme, no, to the title of the webinar, and we will see an example. Sentiment analysis. This is something that is done with AI from a long time ago, but it's can be interesting to see that, well, if a customer is angry or not, because we can, well, in the social media, social networks, okay. So this is something that can be done. But again, think if this is a problem that you have or not. If you have a problem, this problem, okay, just forget it. It's not something that has to, not all those things have to be implemented in a company. You just need, if you need to remember, maybe I need a wrench or maybe I need a hammer. So I know those are use cases or tools that I can use, okay? Recommendation engines for upselling. Recently, we have been well, we are working, it's not still closed, okay. For example, a project with a company who manage who do the manage the services in the airports, and they want to develop a project for upselling the ancillaries, okay. And so and trying to understand the customers after having bought the tickets for flying, and they pretend to upsell the ancillaries, just knowing the having having yeah, sorry, I don't find the word. I mean to knowing the customer, okay. Fraud detection, okay, detecting fraudulent bookings or activities. These are also common solutions that you can find to implement. Customer feedback analysis, customer retention models, okay. Well, there are some of them, okay. Resource allocation optimization, optimizing staff scheduling, and predictive maintenance for transportation, or for other things. There are also projects where there are IoT data that is used for predictive maintenance. We said transportation, we can say also equipment, devices, or whatever. If you have an hotel, for example, air conditioning, for example, doing predictive maintenance. Okay. Again, these are just examples of what AI can do as a tool. Okay. Well, now we can see some of the examples we have worked on last years. I have prepared 3 examples for you. I hope this could be interesting. I won't give you too many data, just the case, talking about the company and the results. Okay. Just to understand that this is something that can be implemented also for small size companies. Okay. Well, first of all, it's a project about room reservation predictions. This was a project that we developed for GNA Hotel Solutions. which is a consultancy he placed in Girona here in Spain, consultancy in hotel innovation and technology. Okay, they do digital marketing, also graphic design, advertising, and have a hotel reservation management system. Okay, so the business requirement in this case was to determine the probability that a visitor of a hotel website, the commerce where you can do the reservation, will make a reservation with the aim of optimizing promotional campaigns. I mean, if I know the probability of a user visiting the web to make a reservation, I can play with the promotional with the promotion. If there is a lot of if the probability of reserving is very high, maybe I don't want to waste my promotional ticket. Okay, but if I understand that there is in a medium probability of reservation, maybe a promotion can help the user to reserve. So this was the aim. So we want to improve the results of our promotional campaigns. Okay. Well, in this case, the inputs were Elasticsearch database with historical visit data, okay, on the company's website of the users, okay, and MySQL database with reservations. Okay, and this was just the only data need for the project. It's true that there were a lot of data, a lot of sessions. We need to do a lot of cleaning, of data cleaning. And maybe in this example, it was not the 80% of data preparation and 20% algorithm. Maybe it was 90% of data preparation. Okay, but every project is different. And here the solution was an API. Okay, an API, the way the system or the solution interacts with the other systems, were an API that returned a JSON, okay, a file with the probability that the user is going to make a reservation. With this information, okay, the web page developers can put the promotion or not. Okay, and here what we used related to AI. So, well, we use machine learning and deep learning algorithms and models. Exactly where gradient boosting and recursive neural networks. When we talk about RNNs, are deep learning and gradient boosting, it's ML. Okay, but this is technology, forget it. Okay, based on those algorithms take into account the browsing history. Okay, we do also feature engineering, what variables we use, what information we use. Okay, and at the end to calculate a reservation probability. The outcomes and benefits. This is something that it's already developed. Okay, but it's in a proof of concept or in the first stages. Okay, it's not something that it's deployed. Okay, for in the case of our customer, it's in study. Okay, we find that here variable results. Okay, some excellent at the beginning, other worse, other results worse, and then after some weeks, okay, and the measures have been carried out on the promotional campaign. So now we are in a step where it's necessary to analyze better the visitor's behavior, to analyze this, okay, to understand which is because there are a lot of interactions. When we talk about AI, this kind of solutions, we also have to understand the difference between correlation and causality, okay? There are some adjustments, but this is a typical AI project, okay? You have to invest on this, and you have to understand this, okay? Well, another example I wanted to share with you is one that we done with Efimatica and Medplaya. Efimatica is a company also placed in Girona in Spain. We are in Catalonia. Take into account that we are in Catalonia and the north of Catalonia. Well, all the Catalonia, but there are a lot of tourism industry. Okay, in the north. So Efimatica is a company dedicated to computer services, okay, for companies in the tourism sector, okay, more or less like TNA. They do also marketing, web pages, and they have also an auto management system. And Medplaya is one of the Efimatica's customers. Okay, and it's a hotel chain focused on beach hotels, and in this case, the data or the project were from the playa. Although this can be also exported to other hotels. This was a cancellation prediction project. And in this case, the business requirement were to obtain the best possible reservation cancellation prediction to optimize, okay, the occupancy without putting service quality at risk. Okay, so if I'm able to predict my cancellation ratio, I can do overworking without doing risk. Okay. Here, well, the inputs in this project were the NetPlaya database, okay, and the solution were also an API, okay, and this was developed using Azure Machine Learning. This is a low-code platform, also Python for the API, and in this case was machine learning models, okay, random forest. Okay, we collected all historical information on reservations, okay, to analyze customer profiles and behavioral patterns, okay, advanced age, occupant regime, rate, and so on. And that help us to assimilate, compare them to incoming reservations and determine the cancellation prediction one reservation by one, okay? At the end, the prediction was a percentage probability for every reservation, okay? And what was the outcome? Okay, the benefits. Well, we had a success percentage of total reservations of 80%. Okay, and regarding the percentage of cancellations, a little less, 67%. Okay, for the first version, but sometimes because this is not exact, AI is not exact, you won't have 100% of precision. So sometimes the precision, not having a very huge precision, it's enough, okay, because it's better than we had before, okay. This is the case. So, well, for the first version, well, yeah, this was for the first version. There are other versions. Okay, it's better, but I don't have the numbers. And this, well, allows the overbooking process to be optimized, okay, and improve compared to the previous situation. That's what I said, okay. Here you can see also the architecture. Well, this is this is technology, but at the end there is a training data set that we use, okay, to make this can represent, well, in this case represents the technology used, HRML. We used to work with Microsoft services, okay. This is the API, and well, once this is trained, the business applications can connect to the API using real data, production data. Okay, just to infer the cancellation probability. And the last one, I want to leave at least 5 minutes. I know the time. I know there are also 20 minutes. I was looking at the time of the presentation. Okay, but there are 20 minutes. Okay, sorry if I'm going too fast. I will. This is the last slide.
You're fine, Josep.
But okay. And well, this is another project. I think that this is important to. This was also with Efimatica for NetPlaya. Then we use it for other hotels. Here also participates Marian. I think that Marian did another webinar. Okay, and this is, I think it's an important example to share, because this was funded by Next Generation funds from the European Union, okay, and this was managed by Cluster Digital. So this is an example that we can do AI with not having a lot of budget for doing it. So there are a lot of options, okay. So, well, thank you. It's just in a message from one of the attendees. And well, in this case, what was the business requirement? It was optimize the process of assigning prices for rooms. Okay, to find the optimal price. We usually say this kind of systems, intelligent revenue management system, because this is the job that a revenue management person does. Okay. and was addressed. The aim is to be addressed be used in different hotels and different stay regimes. Okay. The inputs for this project were the exportation of hotels, products, rooms, rate plans, reservations, and prices from the client's database. Okay, because we couldn't connect to the origin database. This can be done. At the end, you have to find a way to connect with the data. In this case, were exportations. We take those exportations and put it in a database to have the information better. In fact, we develop an API to let the customer import that information, that data to the developed database. Okay, and the project also took into account Marian data on regional tourism demand. Okay, to improve the quality of the solution. Okay. Here, there were two ways to consume the results of the solution. Okay, an API, which were from one hand to input the files that I said with those exportations, those exports, and also an API to give the optimal price information. But we also had the Power BI dashboard to be consumed with information about the results. Okay, the ADR, the ADR evolution. Okay, the average the average daily rate. Okay, the price we pay per every room. Okay, in the ML algorithms and models were based on historical reservations. Okay, so all the data that we took from here. And the calculation was this way. Just first of all, we calculate the occupancy ratio, then supply demand curves, find the supply demand curves, and then to estimate the optimal price. In this case, the algorithm was not a typical ML model or deep learning model. It was just that kind of calculation using maths and statistical knowledge for sure, but not typical model. So it depends on the project that we use a technique or another one. Okay, and the results were consumed through with the Power BI to create a dashboard that was easy to consume by your customer. The outcomes and benefits was, well, at the end is an assistant, and it's important that the word assistant is not to keep away the revenue manager. It's just to assist the revenue manager to define optimal room prices, okay, and increase the profit. Here, I have not available, okay, the return on investment and IDR metrics, okay, but this is a I think this is a quite good example of this of what we do with the AI for well, in this case is I don't know if it's overbooking management, the pricing cancellation, yes, but what we can do in the sector. Okay, so I think that it's all what I wanted to share with you. I hope this has been interesting, at least can help you in your decision taking in terms of the adoption of AI technology, techniques or products. Okay, and I'm here open to answer any questions or any doubt or just to hear comments from you. Will be very appreciated. Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Josep, for your presentation. I think it's been very interesting and very clear. I think you have illustrated us with some examples. So it's very good, not only one example, 3 examples of how we can apply artificial intelligence to our businesses. So I'm just asking here the attendees, if you have any questions, that just you can write them in the chat, or as I see you are all saying thank you, Josep, maybe you can raise up your hand. So, But I think I'm going to start with one question that you already mentioned, but just to clarify, is we have small tourism businesses here. So my question would be, how can these businesses can start implementing artificial intelligence or machine learning strategies without a large technology budget? Because you mentioned, but it's just to clarify.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, sorry, something has changed in my presentation. I know. Well, yes, I just leave I'm not presenting the. Okay, that's okay. Sorry.
You are presenting. You are still presenting your previous presentation. You can stop presenting and then.
Oh no, I don't have the button to.
Okay.
Well, okay. No, don't worry. Well, I mean, yes, I understand the question. It's a typical question. So for doing AI in small it's not always need an impressive or a big budget. Okay, there are closed based or package solutions that can be addressed. Okay, for small or medium sized companies. Okay, and it's true that it's difficult to have the knowledge inside the company. Okay, so my first advice is to contact with a trusted technology provider. Okay, to see what opportunities what can be developed. Okay, and and see if we need to address a project like the ones I shared. Okay, that needs some time to do them, or we can just use already developed projects. Okay, package projects, for example. Or maybe they can use it. Okay, when we talk about cognitive services, okay, and most of them use natural language processing techniques, and we can, for example, implement in an easy way virtual agents, chatbots. Okay, and if we talk about other kind of solutions, we can find help in them with people that already work in the sector. So it's possible that not all the companies working in AI can help here, or they have to do a lot of a big effort developing a solution for you. But if you find a partner that it's already working in the sector, can help because they can leverage all the developments that they have, and then you can find solutions with a reasonable budget. Okay. Or, as I said before, if you get in touch with a cluster, or with an association that can manage innovation funds, this is also a really good thing. The last example we saw was funded by European and next generation of funds. Okay, so this is something that I think that we can address when we are smalls. Okay.
Thank you, Josep, for your answer. I think it's very, very clear. So anyone else has a question for Josep? Now taking advantage that he's here and he can clarify many things to you and apply to your businesses.
I would like to know, Jamie, because there are many SMEs here in the webinar. What are the emerging trends in the use of artificial intelligence and machine learning that the tourism SMEs should be aware of in the upcoming years?
Emerging trends. Well, I would say that, well, the examples I shared are not emerging. I mean that they are already in place from some time ago. But if we talk about emerging trends, I would say that automation of customer service processes. Okay, through chatbots. It's true that there are chatbots used by the main by the big companies, but not. I don't see it for too much for smaller ones. And I think that the automation of some customer services is something that is beginning to I begin to see. Also, the personalization of the customer journey, okay, and the use of advanced analytics to understand traveler preferences, behaviors, patterns. And also, I would say the use of IoT data. It's true that, and this is maybe the most emerging trend. The use of IoT. This is something that, well, at least in Catalonia, we can see as very small advances. It should have not in the tourism area, but industry in general. But I think this is something that can help, and in the time can be something to be taken into account to enhance operational efficiency and safety too. Okay, and safety, not just operational efficiency. Okay, to know some metrics and to work with them, and maybe to solve problems that we are not thinking that we don't know we have. Okay, because we are not able to solve with the technology we have right now. Okay, but I would say yes. Those.
Thank you, Josep.
Okay, you're welcome.
I think we have one question here from Pedro.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Pedro, do you want me to read it or you want to do it yourself?
I can do it myself. Yes, thank you.
Perfect.
So, do you considering the low budget that is available from SMEs, well, they actually can invest in some querying of the data using traditional business analytics. How would you sell it, or how would you highlight the benefits to use these AI ML approaches? How would you highlight that value for small companies?
Sorry, Pedro, I'm not sure I understand the question.
Difference?
It's
okay.
Yeah.
I'm comparing two scenarios that an SME, a small company, will use some querying abilities over data that has available, and do that. That is what I call the traditional business intelligence. Okay.
Okay.
To do it in design time, rather than doing it to create some machine to do it automatically in runtime as the business goes, the intelligence happens. Do you consider that the differential factor for an SME? Again, I'm talking about small companies. Okay.
Well, I see the question related with what I told you about the journey of becoming a data-driven company. Okay, so if you are already using data because you are doing BI, that's okay. Okay, so I think this is the path, and this has been this is a step, I think, to have. Okay. And if depending on the maturity of the data, you can begin to use AI. Okay, maybe not all AI. Okay, but maybe you can begin to do trends. Okay, to understand what happened. Okay, and this is quite easy to implement. In fact, for example, in Power BI, you can use you can begin to use AI technology. Okay, making trends, and this is something that I think the SMEs can address from right now. I don't know how are you doing this now, of you have to need. Okay, but there are small steps that you have to begin. And I think that this can be addressed by SMEs as before. And again, it's important. I don't know if you have a trusted provider or trusted partner, but share with him this. Okay, but don't see. I don't think. I mean. I don't think that, as some that is usually said, that if you are not doing AI, you have lost the train. I don't think so. So there's any train that have been lost. I think this is a journey. So this is a process. We don't have to. We have to understand that we have to begin to use these technologies. But from the perspective I shared before, this is a tool. You need something, you have a problem, can this problem be addressed by AI? In which way? Maybe using a small thing. So this is something that can be done by you, and maybe using this can be an advantage over big companies, okay, that are already using AI and very complicated algorithms, but that doesn't have the proximity, okay, or the culture that permits to give a better service to your customers, because you are smaller and you are more flexible and more reactive. Okay, I know if I answer the question, Pedro.
Yes,
but
yes.
Okay.
Very clear. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah, and thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Pedro. And we have also another question from Drazen. I don't know if I say properly the name, but so apologies about that. And he says that it seems that usage of AI question of a scaling moment cost benefit is necessary to do here. AI is beneficial when dealing with big data. Before we have large amount of data, do we even need automated or AI tools? Is here written in the chat. I don't know if that Drazen, if you want to add something else.
Sorry, Amy. I understand a little bit the question, but well.
Okay, I can ask
Yeah.
the question if that's
Yeah,
necessary. So when I say about cost benefit, because we don't even have the benefit from using AI tools unless we have data large enough that is incomprehensible to the human brain.
Correct.
So if we have hundreds of thousands of customers, then AI seems necessary. But if we have hundreds of, well, 200 customers, for example, in year, then we can use some let's say by hand analysis and come to conclusion ourselves. Since if we are to use AI or tools, automated tools in tourism industry, it seems that a large amount of data, big companies, big customers, is necessary to just to extrapolate the information that we can do something with.
Okay, totally agree. I think I get your point. It's true, and I think it's the same I said. So I think I see more related this to big data than AI. Okay, we can use AI also to treat a large amount of data, but there are techniques when we talk about big data of processing very large amounts of data. But again, if you don't have a big data problem, you don't need big data techniques. Okay, so if you have a very small set of data set of customers, maybe you don't need this. Okay, maybe you would need AI or other data techniques in other area of your company, or not. I don't know. I know what I mean. What I say is it's good that you be here to understand what's happening. Okay, to understand there is a range. Okay, so now there are ranges to solve that. Okay, that's okay, but maybe you don't need it, and then that's okay. It's fine. So don't worry about it. That's good. So don't do AI because your competition are doing. But if your competition is solving a problem, or is being more productive in some way because they are using AI techniques, then think about using in your business, because maybe they have found the way to solve a problem that you are still solving with all the techniques. Okay, but don't do AI or big data if you don't need. I think this is reasonable, and think, because at the end you have a budget, you have to destinate your budget in what you need. So don't spend money in AI if you don't need it. That's for sure. It's what I said before. So I'm not here to sell you AI, just to try to assist you in take a right decision when we talk about AI. So that's okay. It's good.
If I can do just follow up.
So sorry, it doesn't.
If follow up is just can I do just a follow up based on the comment that you made?
Okay.
It seems that later on the small and medium sized SMEs keep entering this area in which the practices that big companies are using are being pushed as the right thing to do. And this is why I personally like your presentation. It is right thing to do at a certain point.
Yes, correct. And maybe
so
you begin.
Thank you for that.
Yes, and maybe you will begin to use AI just because you will use services that those big companies, sometimes partners, sometimes providers or wherever, will will give access to you. So the way you will finally use AI have different forms. Okay, sometimes if you need to solve a specific problem, you will need to develop your own AI solution at home. Sometimes you will buy a product that will have embedded the AI, and sometimes you will use a service from a provider or a partner that will use AI techniques. Okay, but in every moment, but this is at a certain point true. It's what your business need. Okay, be aware of the technology, be aware of all that happens in the world, okay, but be smart of using it. So because at the end it's a tool, okay, it's not the purpose of that. And the problem is what I said, medias and what we are today now about ChatGPT and generative. I think that ChatGPT is a very good thing. So you can accelerate a lot your production at personal level, okay, but it's not still clear that there are good use cases for small companies because the investment is maybe too much. Okay, the big companies can do that. That's okay. They will begin to pave the way. Okay, for us that's okay. But we have to be aware of the opportunities. Okay, I think that's the right way to see that.
Thank you, Joseph. I think we are running out of time. So I would like to thank you all for your participation here today, and especially to Joseph for your presentation. It was very clear. So we know that being data-driven is a long process. So what we need to identify first is if we have a problem as a SME, if that problem can be solved by artificial intelligence or not, or maybe another technique is necessary. And then how we want to solve it, how that problem can be solved. And then, of course, to measure the benefits, the problem that we have solved. Like, long story, made short. Thank you again for your participation. We will share with you the Joseph Salon presentation and see you in our next webinar that will take place in a few weeks. You will receive the invitation short. And yeah, I don't know, someone is asking for the recording. Yeah, you will have the recording session on the Tourism 4.0 website. And yeah, again, thank you and have a good day.
Thank you very much too.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Have a nice day.